Okay, this is a 2024 Stryker 202X Alumaweld. This is, I've had this boat for a year now. It is a little over 22 feet long. I think 22.3 with the offshore bracket. It's on a single axle trailer. And I just wanted to do a overview on it and how I like it and the things I don't like about it and the needs that it fits for us. So I'll start up here at the front. Got a swing tongue trailer, which are not my favorite, but this one's pretty beefy on the Rogue trailers. A little bit of surface rust on that bolt down there, but overall I haven't had any issues with it. Winch is pretty good, pretty solid, haven't had any issues there. Move it up here, have a lee lock anchor system on it, and I have this fish fighter anchor. I think this is a 26 pound, and I have 20 feet of chain on that. My anchor ball, that holds pretty well. A couple zip ties for the breakaway on that. I have a spare tire on the trailer. I said it's a Rogue trailer. This thing has a full top with a back drop curtain, but I don't have the back drop curtain on right now. I added this Strike fishing net holder, which works really well. I do plan to put an arch on this thing and throw radar on it eventually, but for now, just stick with that. Run this thing with 4 rod holders, all Fulby breakaway. Kids are playing up there right now. They love it. Moving to the side and the back. Straps, tie downs, the offshore bracket. I have it powered with a Mercury 115, which moves this boat just under 40 miles an hour on the water in good conditions. But on average, 35 to 40 is what your max speed's going to be, depending on current or wind and all that. This thing does go in the salt. For now, this prop works great. One thing I wanted to note about this, I went with Garmin on everything, but it does have 2 drain holes. So you actually have to add 2 plugs. Now, I've had other boats. This one, the offshore bracket is actually a self-contained unit. So in the unfortunate event that your bolts were to fail and this took on water, your whole boat wouldn't sink if it was moored or something. Something that I had multiple Hughes crafts before. The Hughes crafts, actually, it's all open. So if you take on water because of a bolt failure, and I'm not trying to trash Hughes or anything, but if you take on water, your boat will sink if it's moored and your bilge pumps fail. So I've seen that before. Some pictures online. Anyway, I like this motor, pushes it along pretty good. It's extremely efficient with gas. This thing goes, I can get the numbers for it, but it's extremely efficient. Went with the EFI 99 Pro Kicker from Mercury, which has been absolutely fantastic. Power trim, power start, absolutely never fails to start. I've never had an EFI Kicker before. It's always been carbureted, and this, I'll never go back to a carbureted kicker. It's fantastic. So at the back of this thing, I'll get in there and kind of show you, but the kicker's also got this hot water faucet. I kind of use it as storage, but like I said, I've had this boat for a year, so it's been used and definitely been abused. This thing has been out over the Columbia, it's on the ocean, it's been out to Garibaldi, does really well. Out in the ocean, I do try to not go out on days that are, really my rule is I try to keep it 4 foot swell and less. 4 foot at 8 seconds is kind of that's kind of like anything higher than that is a little uncomfortable, but 4 foot at 8 seconds and better is perfect for this boat. You can go worse. I mean, the general rule of thumb that I like to do is 6 feet and under, but 4 feet with this boat is comfortable, just to kind of put into perspective. Now, I fish the rivers and the nearshore ocean. I don't take this thing deep offshore. It does have a 38-gallon tank, It's very efficient on fuel, so it can go offshore, but without radar and a few other things, I don't want to go too far. But since I operate primarily in the rivers, the big rivers, small rivers, and nearshore, it's perfect for that application. It's extremely versatile, and you can handle it around lots of other boats in tight quarters, especially when you pull that top off. You're not getting caught in the wind. Now, just like all other aluminum boats like this, it has the walk-through door. I have one wiper on it. One thing about these Alumawelds that I had been turned off to in the past was that they were very wide in the front. And what I mean by that is the side gun wall is like right here. Now this thing, and it would come all the way up, and this thing would be very deep, and so they'd catch on a lot of water from other people I know that have had these. And when I first looked at Alumawelds, I was like, hey, I don't really like that feature. But they changed that, so this has a smaller, it's less water can be kept on here. It has up front, you have that all contained, it overhangs, it's higher up, you've got a lot of storage down in there, so less of a concern. Definitely have the bigger scuppers, so I did not have concern with that, and I have taken water over the front with no issues. I added this antenna on for offshore. When I go offshore, it's 2 radios handheld attached to me, and the fixed mount is always operating well, making sure everything's operating well. I added a second bilge pump to this thing that's on a float switch, so have the primary and a secondary. Has 2 batteries in it. Like I said, for offshore, anything offshore, I think you need redundancy, you need backups and backups, and everyone on board should know what to do. This model has the kicker on the right side of the boat, which I like. I'm right-handed, so I can sit up in the back and operate the boat very, very easily, very comfortably, and maintain it in all kinds of conditions when we're trolling. The nice thing is too, I can sit right here with my rod, and I can solo fish if I need to. But usually I have my kids with me and family and friends. So, all right, I'm gonna hop up in there. Also have these guides on the trailer, which are nice. The one thing I wish I did get a twin axle trailer, but hindsight's 2020. I kind of knew that, but I just went with it. It's been fine, no issues, but having that single wheel and axle is always, something I think about. But like I said, I went with Garmin on this thing. I don't have the Garmin connected right now, but up there has mounted the fire extinguisher down there. Now it's kind of dirty right now because this is being used pretty heavily. You have storage up there, down there, over here. I did want to say I had a steering issue. When I first got the boat, there was a little bit of leak coming from under the helm. I bought this boat from Stevens Marine. They were really great. They fixed it, no charge, all under warranty. I have since had a leak in the back, which just was a loose fitting. Just tighten that up, no issue. But little things like that happen when you use a boat. We did over 30 trips last year, so this boat's being used, so I expect things to happen. You can't expect everything to be perfect all the time. It's got light bar in the back, light bar in the front, plenty of room to stand in. Big dash. These are just box seats. I got a lot of storage down in here. Keep a toilet under here for the ladies. And then I keep a lot of rod and tackle storage. Well, rod storage over there, tackle storage down in here. And I can lock these up. I throw a lock on these and good to go. Pretty generic setup, but you can really comfortably fish. I would say 3 adults is comfortable. 4, you start getting a little cramped with salmon, but it's what it's built for. But in a really crazy scenario, 2 is perfect. 2 to 3 is ideal. It's a pretty quiet boat because it's got the 115, and since it has a 38-gallon tank, we've got very good range. I'll show you the back down here. We've also got this nice channel, which is great for storage. All right, fuel water separator, battery switch. I added the extra bilge. You can see it's all sealed. Battery there, battery there. All locking. Washdown pump. Some more gear. There's actually some storage up there. And then you got your wiring running up to the front. You've got your hydraulic lines running up to the front. I added these cup holders after the fact. Here, here, and in the back there where I troll. I love them. That's probably the most important. For coffee, of course. And yeah, so that's kind of it right now. It's pretty dirty. Like I said, we've been using it. We're gonna take it out tomorrow, twice this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. We'll take it out twice, probably anchor up on the Columbia, try to get some springers. We've done quite a few trips this year already, and it's been okay. We've had one really successful day of 4 takedowns, kept 2 fish, but other than that, it's been pretty tough. That's just the way it goes this time of year. But I've taken it out to the ocean and gotten limits of lings and rockfish. That was great. And I've had this boat, for a little over a year now. A little bit backstory. Had multiple boats. Had a used craft a few years ago, hardtop, that I did a whole video on. I was going to post videos. Life kind of happens. COVID happened. I ended up selling it, getting out of it for like 2 years. And then I got a jet ski in 2022. Didn't take any videos of that. Should have. It was really fun. Took it in the ocean, but I probably would have lost the camera. And now we're in this boat so the kids and everyone can come, and it's been really good. I wish I got a lot of footage from last year. We harvested 37 salmon, about half coho, half chinook, about 60% in the ocean, and plan to do something similar this year. And I need to start getting footage so I can start posting this. It's mostly me and my son and family, so we just try to go out and have a good time. I feel like we do pretty well. Could do better, and I'm always wanting to learn. So I'll just share what we do, and yeah, if you like it, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I can post more of these videos. If there's anything else you want to see on the boat, let me know. Thanks.